Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a bonus Patreon cast. For those of you stuck at home watching YouTube, this is for you. It's going to be a 2v2 featuring Fatty Esquire and Somicron versus tFiveK and TSGaming. Alright, so Team Captain America here is the blue Zerg player. It is TSGaming with the Coca-Cola spinning logo. I wonder if he gets paid for that. That's some pretty good ad placement. And then his teammate, also sponsoring Coca-Cola, is the red Zerg player, tFiveK. On the other hand, we have even more Zerg. Oh, just kidding. Team Captain America is tFiveK in gaming. Anyway, it's going to be Somicron, the purple Zerg player, and then we have the only non-Zerg player in the house. Currently, it is the teal, or I guess light blue, sky blue Protoss, Fatty Esquire. Now, going against two Zerg players in a 2v2 is always a terrifying prospect of just having double Ling Floods hitting you all the time. The good news about this map is you have a tiny little ramp you can wall off, so Ling Floods aren't actually that good. That said, Fatty not walling off. Here's the deal. If you're worried about the opposing team doing that to you, which is not happening, by the way. Both teams are, or both of the Zerg players or Team Captain America are going hatch first here. The Zerg player can take this base, and the Protoss can take one, and they can hold a very, a 12 pool, double 12 pool style thing, but not actually happening. So in this case, one base in it is Somicron. He's the only 12 pooler here. What are these shenanigans, Somicron? If you want to see Somicron and Fatty playing 2v2s, you can do so over on twitch.tv/FattyTV. It's a good place to go. Fatty's out there a bunch. He's very handsome. He's a very cool dude. He's very smart. He way smarter than I am. And check him out. He and Somicron do these twos quite a bit. It is a Protoss and a Zerg team. They really enjoy the 2v2 scene, and I don't like it as much. It's too rushy. You very rarely get to kind of these big macro style games that 3v3s seem to get to a lot. For some reason, it's kind of harder to pull off a 3v3 rush. Everybody in that 3v3 team has to be on the same page, at least on one of the teams, to execute a rush. And if one person sucks, you're kind of dead. Anyway, whatever. I digress. Finally, Somicron taking a natural hatch at about 2 minutes here. He is... this really feels like to me he's worried about aggression. So he's trying to maybe be aggressive before they're aggressive. And this is some... this is some greedy stuff. Out of tFiveK here. I want to call him tFiveK instead of 5. And TSGaming. They both have 20 workers, which is way more than Somicron has. But the Lings arrive, and they have speed. And he's going to town on these drones. This is the most greedy opening I have seen from two Zerg players possibly ever. And you can maybe correct me when you're watching this if you're like, I play 2v2s all the time, Falcon. This is totally normal. Two Zergs on the same team, both of them going for crazy hatch first, going to lair style plays. Pools aren't even done yet at 3 minutes. That's totally normal. The pool's done for tFiveK. What the heck is TSGaming doing? Why is his pool so late? He's not having a good time, is what I'm trying to say here. Man, Zerglings, Speedlings especially against Slowlings, it just feels like they have a massive advantage. Good drone drilling, though. That is Cero level drilling. Oh, hang on. You gave up. It's a nice surround, but there are too many Speedlings for that to work, friend. Slowlings are trying to get in here and help, but TSGaming is down to 4 drones. El cuatro dronzo. That's what they say in Mexico when they play StarCraft. But yeah, is this Somicron just single-handedly winning this game? Sometimes that happens. Back home, Fatty's going for a Stargate, which is totally cool. Is he getting... Okay, so finally Somicron gets cleaned out, but TSGaming's on 4 drones. Again, cuatro dronzo. I don't know what drones is in Spanish. It's probably just drones because it's a proper noun. But yeah, 5 maybe overmade Lings a little bit. It can be tempting to overmake Lings when you're getting Ling flooded, but then you're left with a bajillion Zerglings that aren't doing anything. I guess you could hold this from Somicron that's coming in next. Does he have a Baneling nest? No! Somicron is following the Falcon Paladin method of just flooding Lings all the livelong day and trying to win the game method of playing. I think I said method twice there. Anyway, Oracle on the way from Fatty. That might be extremely damaging to both of these Zerg players, as neither of them have spores yet. But this is... 5 has a lot of Lings, man. If you have this many Lings, just get out there and do stuff with them. If you sit at home with this many Lings, you're bad. You don't need this many Lings for base defense. Get some Banelings if you're worried about being attacked. You're going to take down the natural of Somicron, unfortunately. Stasis on the ramp is going to... Nice. Cat... Ooh, actually walls off the ramp with Stasis Zerglings. Hot. That is some hot stuff. And then Somicron's like, yes, I guess I have these Lings over here now. Might as well take down a third base attempt from 5. Yeah, triple Oracle here. Is he just going mass Oracle? Or are you just doing the Has style, Fatty? It looks like possibly you are, good friend. And yeah, the Lings, nope. They would have been great against that Stalker and that Adept, but the Oracles kind of just ruin everything. Meanwhile, Somicron trying to make stuff happen. Good positioning by that Queen. She's going to die, but not as quickly as if she hadn't been positioned well and got a full surround. Oh, gosh. Now 5's turn to lose all of his drones. He's at 26. Somicron's at 14, which is not a good number. And then Fatty's just sitting back laughing as all the Zerg players murder each other. And he's able to macro, no big deal, because he has Chrono Boost. And, well, he's Protoss. It's just easy peasy. Look who has Banelings. Hey, TSGaming has Banelings now. It's going to be harder to get something done with these Zerglings here, Somicron. Let's see what he does. This is just flooding Lings, man. This is just, we're going to let the Mass Oracle stuff happen. Third base on the way from Fatty at 5 minutes. Zerglings trying to cruise on in. Somicron, again, no sign of Banelings. This is going to be hard to handle if he's outnumbered like this. I mean, it's hard enough, even if you have Banelings, but this is just, oh my gosh. Somicron's getting wrecked right now. That said, he's also destroying the drone count of 5 back home. So, I don't know, a bit of a give and take situation here. Ooh, oh, nice dodge. Ooh, hang on, what? What are you doing? Keeps sending, like, huge groups of Lings to mess with that. Oh, wow. Guess who's here? Hey, it's the Oracles. They're not even worrying about the Spore. At least they have a Spore. That's nice. But your hatch is dead. You have this one hatch, which is really cool. You could honestly probably do the same thing over here. Why are you going home, though? Are you just completely... No, you're not completely out of energy. Some of you are, but not... All right, it's fine. I mean, just crippling one of your players on the other side of the map is cool. Spore Crawler coming up. Does he have a lair? He doesn't have a lair. He can't be pooping creep here. That's actually... Huh. If your Overlord is actively pooping creep and your lair dies, does he stop pooping creep? Does he stop having the ability to do that? I'm realizing. I'm having some thoughts right now. It's late. Maybe I'm forgetting something important about this whole thing, but... Somebody knows. Somebody smart is watching this. Yeah. I mean, Fatty's army supply here is, like 3,000, and nobody's close. I mean, 5K is a lot of Zerglings, which is nice. A lot of Zerglings. Like, enough Lings, he should probably come take down this hatch of Somicrons. Which maybe he's thinking about doing, but he's also playing defense. Dude, your enemy has Mass Oracle. You're not going to save it by sitting home with Zerglings. Come on, 5, get out there. Get out there and massacre. You can handle this ground army with that many Lings. These Adepts and that Immortal, no, not happening, guys. The Oracles are the big concern right now. Is anybody going for Hydras or maybe getting a Spire? Not really, huh? Just pumping Lings. This does feel like a Falcon Paladin style play. Yeah, sneak in this way. Kind of like this plan. My goodness. Somicron, just another group of Lings caught out and murdered. Happens, man. It really does. Ooh, Banelings from TSGaming, but the Oracles focusing down those Banelings would be pretty good. There we go. Yes. That is some satisfying Oracle burnage there. Lings are going home. Like, okay. Let the Oracles burn out all their energy on this hatchery. And then massacre the Adepts. Get in there. I guess he's worried the Oracles have enough energy to ruin him, which maybe they do. Ooh, Spore shots, though. Go now! Go now while the Oracles are otherwise engaged. Get on. There it is. He does get a full surround on everybody here. The Oracles are actually out of energy. So this ground army does get wiped out by the way too many Zerglings of 5. Like, he's overmade Zerglings like crazy today. He only has 22 drones here at the 9-minute mark. Dude, oh, but the War Prison is here. Oh, that's so frustrating. Lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. No! He showed up at the last second to save it and wasn't on time. Evolution Chamber wall here from Somicron. 4 Evo Chambers, eh? Kind of love that. You're going to have all the upgrades today. I mean, there's only 3 you can make, period, so 2... whatever, it's fine. Zergling says, huh, what a wall. Somicron is going Spire. It's about 50% complete. Is anybody else going Spire for Team Zerg? The answer is no. Not even a little bit. Or is anyone else going for Spire here? Which, you know, shutting down oracles with Mutalisks is kind of awesome. You can do it, you know. I don't know if anybody feels they have the economy to make it happen. I guess everyone's on 2 bases. It's 34 workers, 31. Fatty's at 59 probes because Protoss is overpowered. And Zerg players have to decide whether to make units or drones. And for them to have a big army, they have to sacrifice their economy to do so. And Protoss just doesn't. You can only upgrade 3 at a time. That's what I said! 5 would be excellent at casting StarCraft. Ow, ow, ow. But the spores, though. I mean, this used to work. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, losing oracles here at an alarming rate. I have elite hacks. Somicron responds intelligently. God, these oracles are just getting wrecked, though. There was a WCS event where Has just went Mass Oracle against Zerg a bunch, and it really wrecked. They were so good against buildings. I think he was using what was technically a bug within the game to where oracles did more damage than they were intended to. And then StarCraft, or Blizzard, fixed it. And oracles are not as good as they used to be. But, I mean, seriously, you could have spores and they would just instantly die to the oracles back then. It's a bad time. It's a very small moment in StarCraft history, but it is memorable, to be sure. All right, so mutas are on the way. Team Captain America here. Spire on the way from 5. That's cool. Hydralisk Den finished for TGaming. Okay, all right. Might be able to hold here. The muta count isn't intimidating. Not all that intimidating yet. There are more in production, obviously. 6 spores. Yeah, man. I mean, 5's going to be ready for this. He's going to have a bunch of spores. The mutas aren't going to be able to kill him. I think... Are we adequately spored here from TGaming? Maybe. He's got 2 I can see. And 3, actually. Where's the 3rd one? I don't know. So I'm clicking, and I'm getting 3. Oh, it's grabbing this one over here. Yeah, so 2 up there. Muta's not actually interested in engaging today. I love this feature, by the way. This giant, like, anti-air rocket thing. What's that intended? If that's intended for Mutalisks, holy crap. All the mutas in the world would die if that thing was firing. Yeah, so the mutas are just on a Zergling and Overlord killing scenario here. That's what their mission is. TGaming is just afraid to take a 3rd right now, which I understand. I get it. He's not actually getting upgrades for his Hydras either. I thought every Zerg player, once they got a Hydralisk Den, they immediately just got range and got speed and just queued the upgrades up after each other. Ah, crap. Wrong button. Upgrades. Yeah. That's what I do. That's one of the few times that I'll queue upgrades. It'll just be like, I'm going to get range and then speed, or speed then range, depending on what I'm doing. But I will never get one and not the other. Oh, gosh, but the Archon army. Fatty is just like, I'm Protoss. I can do what I want. I'm going to Oracle into Mass Archon. No big deal. Tech switching. Not just for Zerg anymore. So, 10 more Mutalisks on the way from Somicron. Did a good job keeping them alive. I'm not sure he's done a lot of damage, but, you know, slowing down the enemy's economy by, you know, murdering overlords is a fine thing to do. It's Hydras, though, really good against Archons. Like, really good against Archons. Baneling's terrible. But, I mean, it's better than Lings, I guess. Maybe. Here goes nothing. Hydra's trying to fight. Baneling's waddling in. The Zealots are going to die. Some of the Archons died, but it takes about 18 Baneling to take down an Archon. Also, there's enough Zealots remaining that the Hydras are getting chowed to death. The Mutas are here. And they can't do much with the spores around, but they're going to kill a bunch of these drones, and I think that's your GG. Man, they're taking hits from these spores, though. Ow. Ow. That bonus damage versus biological that spores have is no joke. So that's it. Rage quit. Bam. Somicron and Fatty win game 1 of our sneaky twofer today as part of our Patreon bonus cast. That was good. That was pretty good stuff. I think the reason that Team South won here is because Fatty was never bothered at all once. You know how many probes died today? A singular probe. You know how many drones died for Somicron? 0. That's actually interesting. I thought he lost some more workers than 0, but nope. That really helps you win the game if you lose 0 workers in 14 minutes, by the way. But yeah, man, Oracle play into Mass Archon, and it's just like, it's just not enough. There's just not enough Zerg in the world. 5 and TG needed to take thirds. I understand it was scary. You were trying to go for 1 TG. I understand that, but it was just far too late. If you're 2-basing it at 15 minutes, you're done. You're done at this point. You went for the macro opening. I understand that Somicron showed up and scared you, but you just get a Baneling nest. You get a couple Banelings. You deal with future Ling attacks with Banelings, 1 or 2 of them. Keep droning, keep expanding. Maybe throw up a couple spines if you're worried about it, but you can't be on 2 bases for this long. You can't let the enemy Zerg do that to you. So good pressure by Somicron making it happen. I love that he's double expanding at this point too, but again, no third base from him either. Again, in team games, it can be hard to play normal Zerg. I understand that. But yeah, Fatty left alone. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd gone for carriers. It would have been done just as well as these Archons, I think, is to show up with just like 5 or 6 carriers and just win. But all right, so that's game 1. Let's move into game number 2 here. Come back, mouse. You're having your mind of your own today for some reason. And yeah, we'll be right back. Game 2 of our Sneaky Twofer is here on Emerald City, the ladder edition. Bottom right-hand corner, it is Team Captain America. This time it's Fatty and Somicron. And top left, we have Team North. It is going to be TGaming and tFiveK once again. Still proudly supporting Coca-Cola. I don't say nice things to boopers, says TGaming. Oh no, TGaming is mad. He's mad at that last game. I can understand why. I've been in your shoes, TGaming. Fatty doing the traditional way of making trolls more upset by being polite to them. It's a good method, I have found. Alright, what are you doing, Somicron? You're going to go for that crazy pool first? It looks like you're not. That is definitely a hatch at 16. Meanwhile, Fatty walling off here, just in case there's some crazy stuff happening, as both players are going extractor pool. On this map, though, it's not a great map for this. I don't know. Ling floods have not been very kind to me on this map, is what I'm trying to say. What I've had more success with is Nidus rushing. This little spot right here for Nidus worms is so stupid good. I've done it a bunch of times, and it seems to work most of the time. It's really fun. Anywho, Overlord scouting out. Is anybody worker scouting? The answer is no. Nobody has any idea what the other team is doing at all right now. Forge up from Fatty. He is expecting Lings, and he is correct to do so. Somicron's expansion is coming up. His pool's on the way here too. He's going to saturate the gas a little bit early, but that's okay. I think we're all right there. I don't think that's the reason they're going to lose the game or anything, but the timings are crisp for the professionals, and there's a reason they're pros, and the reason they're really good. And sometimes it's really just they're not 5 seconds late on their speed or something silly like that, you know? It matters a lot. So they both go for pool first. They both expand after it, which I can get on board with after what happened to them in game number 1, where they just got Ling murdered there in the early game, and they never really recovered from that, you know? Never really had the big Zerg armies other than a million Zerglings, which is not... Like, a million Zerglings is I'm winning now or I'm hopelessly behind in economy. That's your choice. If you don't win with them, you're basically dead because you don't have the economy to survive into the mid and the late game. The choices that Zerg players must make. What's Fatty doing, though? Nothing else? Nothing else, Fatty Fatterson? Dun, 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 dun. Shield. He's really worried about Ling floods. He's like, hey, Somicron, your hatch? It's on its own. Little kawaii marine there. Yeah, I mean, they did it to be defensive. Oh, a Baneling nest. I'm on board with a Baneling nest and +1 Carapace here from tFiveK. Now, +1 Carapace in ZVZ allows your Zerglings to survive a Baneling hit, which is honestly pretty frigging fantastic. Oh, and speed is done. Ah, the tides have turned. Somicron Zerglings getting murdered because they don't have speed this time. Roaches in production from Somicron. Ah, I didn't even get speed, it looks like. Going for roaches instead. The Zerglings are here. We expected this to happen. Man, you can't lose... You don't want to lose your... Oh, he does lose his expansion. Fatty, bad times, Fatty. The roaches are enough to chase away these Lings. Is that a spine? That's a spine. All right, I like this. I like the spine roach queen. Zealots! No! The Lings are inside the house, but there aren't enough of them to do anything. I mean, maybe a couple drones go down here, but otherwise, yeah, I think maybe one drone died, if that. Maybe one drone died. Let's see. Somicron did lose a drone. Okay, yep. That would be it. Is he going to lose his natural again? Fatty. No, no, no. Bring the lings to the other side of... Pro maneuver would have been to bring your lings to the other side of the Nexus, buy yourself some time, and actually finish that thing off. But they're droning. They're droning back home. I can appreciate that. That +1 ground carapace is almost done because the upgrade takes forever. Going for roaches here is tFiveK. TSGaming is going for roaches too. All right. So I think it'd be smart for Fatty to go for immortals. You going for immortal? Heck no. Stargate it is, man. Double Stargate time. Let's do these oracles again. Are they not? I don't know if they're ready for mass oracle again. Which seems problematic if you ask me. Not being ready for mass oracle a second time is it might just be death, actually. Oh, Phoenix. I made some assumptions there. So actual Phoenix actually killing overlords over here. I like it. Oh no, the Mass Phoenix play. Dude, Mass Phoenix is stupid good against Zerg in team game situations. In 1v1, not as good. Zerg players can handle it. But if they're just constantly killing overlords and lifting and killing drones and lifting and killing armies all over the place, it's so hard to handle. You can try to fungal parasitic bomb them, corruptors. It's really hard to get enough corruptors to actually do well against Mass Phoenix. Like we're talking 20, 25 Phoenix. It's hard to do. So yeah, Team North here is losing overlords. They're not supply blocked though, which indicates that they're actually making overlords fairly consistently here, which I'm impressed with. Lings and roaches from tFiveK. We're not afraid of your Phoenix count yet. We're going to try to do some stuff. Yeah, these guys are going to move out, but they're going to run face first into a bunch of roaches and lings, which is like their worst case scenario there. Yeah, I like the worker counts. We're at 41 and 44 for Team North right now. Third base on the way at 6 minutes from tFiveK, which, again, a little bit late normally, but in team games where you're worried about stuff, maybe not as bad. The roaches going to get like Glio Reconstitution. Slow roaches are one of the saddest things. Go help those Zerglings, tFiveK. Get over there. Yeah. Show up at the same time the lings come out of stasis and murder that queen. Maybe take down the third base of Somicron while you're at it. I like this. I'm liking this from Team North. They're recovering well from their failures in Game 1 and actually playing like Zerg. So third base canceled. I'm going to do some lift and kill here. Some roaches here from Somicron. Going to chase away. Overseer sniped down just because. Like, I'm not even sure Team Captain America here is intended on going for anything cloaky, but killing Overseers is fine. It's a good thing to do. Yeah, so the Phoenix harassing, lifting and killing on these roaches a little bit. It takes a lot of energy to do it, and it takes a lot of shots for Phoenix to take those down. It's not cost efficient, but if there's nothing else to do, sure, go for it. Roach count for Somicron's kind of terrifying right now, actually. He's at 82 supply. He's just going 2-base all the roaches right now. He's working on... He's got +1 missile attack. He's working on +2. Looks like tFiveK is just finishing his +1 missile attack now. Void Ray on the way from Fatty at the moment. Did I not do a follow command there, guys? There it is. There's your follow command. It might just be too many workers. tFiveK is at 52 workers right now, which is far more than anybody else, and I think he just got caught with his pants down. Sometimes that happens with your third base in these ZVZs, man. A billion roaches show up and you just die. Because if you don't have roaches, you're going to die. Whereas Lings, Queens, and Banelings can pretty much handle a lot of anything that Terran and Protoss can do. If you don't have roaches... Oh, gosh. Not... Why? Why Hydra? I guess they're trying to deal with the Phoenix, but my gosh, roaches eat Hydralisks. Hydras with other roaches to buffer for them actually do okay. Oh boy. Alright, well these roaches have definitely paid for themselves. They might all die, just for the sheer number of enemies that have arrived here, but... Void Ray's in the mix. Not actually good against Phoenix, or Hydras, as it turns out, at all. And the Hydras managed to make it happen. tFiveK makes some of his own roaches, which was really much of the godsend there. Somicron took a third base behind this, which is awesome. Attack while expanding. I forget to do this, but I like to remind you to do it because maybe somebody could remember better than I can. TSGaming is getting Neural Parasite. I'm going to toss that out there real quick. He's getting Neural for reasons unknown. I guess maybe you Neural the Void Ray? Do you expect a mother? You can't Neural motherships, though. Do you expect carriers? I mean, with the Phoenix opening, you kind of expect carriers, but he's moving into oracles now. Replacing his third base is tFiveK. Again, he's got 48 drones on 2 bases, which means he's heavily oversaturated, which in fact he is. Yeah, but Fatty just going gateways here, stargates, all the great stuff. This Hydra Roach thing is kind of awesome right now, actually, versus this whole Phoenix Void Ray thing. I like it quite a bit. So tFiveK, 101 and 103 army supply for Team North right now. Fatty's only at 56 supply. He's getting Resonating Glaives. He's getting a third base, which is awesome, but his army is not very nice. Somicron at 121, so he dwarfs anybody right now. And is it mostly a Roach army, Somicron? The answer is yes. 30 Roaches. With +2 attack and almost +1 ground carapace. Both teams rather, a little reluctant to move out here. 4th bases, man. Take this one. This one's a little... Actually, you know what? If you can watch these rocks and make sure you don't get snuck up on, this is not a bad place to expand. And same thing for this, I guess. I just worry about a bunch of Lings showing up and wrecking it, and you're so far away to be able to defend that. Yeah, actually getting Pathogen Glands and Infestors is TSGaming. Zerg players at this level don't often go Spellcasters. I include myself in this list. Oh, 3 Roaches, though. That's nice. And these get pinged. How did you know, Somicron? How did you know these are alive? Wait, hold on. He doesn't.
Wow,
he wants
you
to
mined all those minerals already. Look at you.
He wants to check. That's Somicron's Total Biscuit voice pack. Which, rest in peace, Total Biscuit. You were awesome. You were just a good voice for StarCraft and the gaming community in general. Just always so eloquent and such a good voice, too. What a great caster. Man, missed that guy. All right. Yep. So we're just going to Roach Hydra our way through these rocks and check to see if there's a base to take down, but there's not. Going up this ramp would be a terrible life decision. Why? Why? No. Okay, smarter. These Infestors would have energy to throw down a pathogen or a fungal if they had Pathogen Glands started and 50% complete before they came up. But they don't have energy for anything right now. Guess who has Storm? Fatty does. Oh my gosh, the Storm, though. No, Infestor dies without doing anything at all. You have energy for a fungal now. I mean, fungal isn't incredible against Roaches. They have a lot of HP, but slowing them down and doing damage to them is still good. I want these Infestors to do something. If they all die accomplishing nothing today, I'm going to be very sad. Oh, bad rally. Bad Overlord rally from tFiveK. The way I avoid this is if I make a round of Overlords, as soon as I'm done making them, I just right-click somewhere inside my base. And that sends those units, and only those units, to inside my base when they're done. Everything else uses the regular rally points for the hatchery. It's a good tip. It helps me a lot. I don't think I've lost anything to bad Overlord rallies in a long time. This is what I'm talking about. It's this kind of stuff right here. Ooh, Lurkers from tFiveK. Okay. I'm liking what Team North is doing great things. But, like I said, Army just kind of shows up and wrecks this attempt at a 4th base for TSGaming. Like, instantly wrecked there. Riggedy wrecked. These are +2 Roaches. Hang on. +2 Roaches with +1 ground carapace, which is beautiful. Somicron's maxed out, by the way. And there we go. Some fungal getting tossed down on these Roaches, and Somicron doesn't like that one bit. He does not like getting fungaled, but he's actually coming back for round 2 here. That's a bit of a whiff on a fungal. Catches one of the Roaches, one of our mecha Roaches, and he does end up dying and sliding down those stairs. In the meantime, there's a Lurker here from tFiveK, just sort of hanging out. Trying to get stuff done. Somicron's got Hydralisks of his own. in the mix, but base down is considered a job well completed here. This lurker, though, is there really no detection from Team Captain America? Oh, Nexus down for Fatty. This lurker only has 5 kills. Oh, he's got adaptive talons. You see how fast he unburrowed there? That was beautiful. Going up this ramp is really scary, I know, but I kind of feel like he can get this Nexus. If you just go... He just... Oh, what? What? I'm going to wake up my kids. What? He just knurled one of Fatty's probes and they built their own Nexus. Dude, I think Fatty's like, I know what's happening. He sees that. He's pinging it like, what is going on? WTF, man. Lurker's on the way from 5K. He's going to try to take it down. He can't allow this to happen. But, dude, Storm great. Fungling here, trying to focus down the Infestors a little bit. The Storm is really stupid, like stupidly good against these poor Hydralisks. Ah, it never ends. But somehow enough Hydras are there. That is so much dead Zerg, though. That is so much dead Zerg. 5K coming up with a Baneling Hydra army versus enemy Roaches for some reason. I'm not sure why there are Banelings, but hey, better safe than sorry. Man, this game is good. Killing creep tumors and stuff. This Nexus is gon' finish. This Nexus is gon' finish. And he's making probes. Oh my gosh. He's going to have the ability to get a 400 supply army here. Wait, I forget. Is that how that works in StarCraft 2? It's been so rarely... No! Why are you just walking lurkers into these cannons? I mean, it's sort of working, but also a lot of lurkers are dead. Ah, TGaming. Did he get a probe out of there? That Nexus is dead. TGaming has a probe. Okay, he's building a base here. This is awesome! Oh my gosh. This might get a stupid epic tag, you guys. Very well might be. I believe this was played live on stream over at Fatty TV. So, I don't know, you like team games. This might be not a bad place to check out. And again, I promise you, Fatty is very handsome. If you go check it out, you'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, what is Fatty up to? Replacing this base that died. He always got carriers. Of course he does. Your enemy has Neural Parasite, though. Like, that's sort of my concern here, is that you know your enemy has Neural. I'm not sure why TGaming is just walking units over here to die. He's not even A-moving them. Somicron, kind of walks into a really bad situation. Lurkers were really problematic, though. You know what doesn't care about lurkers, though, is carriers. Carriers care not about your lurkers, or your Hydras, really. If you don't have Corruptors versus carriers, you kind of just die. Spire's on the way from TGaming. I'm not sure that's ever going to happen. I mean, the Hydra count is kind of really good against these Interceptors. Huh, that actually worked out. Carriers down. Is Fatty going to keep making those? I don't know. He's got a bunch. This is a good game. How many carriers does he have? 1. He may be put off from doing any more of that. Okay, don't put your lurkers... Oh, gosh, that works, though. All right, that might have been worth it. Somicron's at 68 supply suddenly. How is he at 68 supply? What happened? Well, let's see how much he's lost. 143 roaches. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Again, I'm okay with lurker stuff, but if they're not supported by anti-air, it's not... What are these? Get out of there, Zerglings. No one likes your style. Meanwhile, this is happening. We got purple base. Are you doing anything with this tech? Or are you just... It's kind of boring just to use it entirely for, just for mining. It's actually kind of stupid, to be honest. Roly-polies. We got the Baneling speed. I'm not sure we had Baneling speed last time we did this for 5K, but it's got a bajillion Hydralisks. These Hydras have +3 attack and +2 armor. And you can kind of make this happen if you have enough Hydras and there aren't enough carriers, but eventually, yeah, he learned his lesson about Storm the last time. Banelings crashing into those Stalkers. They do better against Stalkers than you would think. Oh my gosh, that carrier is down. Meanwhile, Somicron just going Ling counterattacks all the livelong day, completely destroying this expansion of 5Ks. On the other end, Fatty loses this space for the second time today. Dude, make some tech. Make some tech with your... Somicron has all of the Zerglings. What are the upgrades for these Lings, you ask? +1 attack and +2 armor. So they're okay. Somicron's getting +3 attack. He's getting centrifugal hooks as well. What a match. Fat is getting mined out. It's a problem for him. He's got 31 workers at this base that only needs 6. That's not a great sign. Resonating Glaives Adepts trying to do stuff, but what's good against Resonating Glaives Adepts is roaches. Roaches. He's trying to expand up here, Fatty is. Maybe just trying to hide. Got Adept transferred down this way. Nice sneaky move. Juking right past those roaches. I feel like the income is better here for Team North. It is. I mean, actually, Somicron has a ton of income. With effectively working on 3 bases right now. So that's good. That's good for Team Captain America right now. Fatty's making 3 carriers again. I don't know if that's advisable at the moment. You know what's really good against giant Ling attacks coming into your expansions? Like 4 Banelings just kind of sitting in here. It's really good. But again, you can't F2 your army if you have little bits of army sitting defending bases. You know what I mean? Surprisingly problematic. This sneaky base...
Your army has encountered the enemy.
Yes, thank you. Is still sneaky. I can't believe they went to all of this trouble to make themselves a Protoss and just mine with it. That's so dumb. Make your own carrier army. It'd be awesome. Whoa! Somicron! All of the Banelings! This All of the Banelings run was brought to you by Somicron. Spawning pool down. I think you wanted to keep those Banelings for these Hydras, actually. Not great, but the Carrier Adept Army is taking down TGaming's attempt at a 5th base down this left side while this is happening. Decision-making. It's 186 supply for TGaming. He's kind of killing it right now. He's got +1/+1 for his Hydras. His upgrades are not as good as 5K's are. 5K doesn't have anything left, though, after losing all of his Hydras in that Baneling attack. He currently has 76 drones and no Hydralisks. Which seems bad. I'm just going to say it. It seems real bad. Somicron is basically just doing Ling Baneling stuff right now. To great effect, mind you. But it seems to be all he's doing. Also, defensive lurkers are kind of insanely good. I forgot to mention that. He has a defensive lurker. Insanely good. What's not good against carriers, though, is lurkers. This might be the beginning of the end for Team North here. They just don't have the army to handle this. Man, where'd that Neural Parasite go? The days of Neural Parasite are gone. Ooh, TGaming is... Oh, he's building tech here. He's getting a fleet beacon. Oh, Corruptors are out from TGaming too. Okay. TGaming is actually playing a pretty decent match here. Oh, the recall only caught one of the carriers. Oh, no. Oh, quel dommage. All right. Again, the carrier's not accomplishing a lot today. Dude, get this carrier. Get it with your... Why are you letting it go? If this carrier comes back to, win the game, I'm going to be very upset at these 2 Zergs. Immensely upset. they know about this? They do somehow. Oh, there's a drone up here. Oh, crap. All right, this source of income is in trouble. The Banelings, though. Somicron's continual reliance upon Banelings is kind of working for him. Yeah, again, Interceptors, no. No. Not versus a bajillion Hydralisks, and there are 4 Interceptors. It's not going to happen. Stop trying to make 4 Interceptors versus a bajillion Hydralisks happen. Top right hand. I mean, there are 30 probes here. If, like, 2 lurkers showed up and just went bloop, bloop, I think that would be it for this base. Effectively. All right, so Carrier does eventually go down to the Mass Hydra Corruptor Ball. This is a pretty scary push. Banelings are on the way from Somicron, as we expect in this game. Enough units come to save this top right-hand base. It's a hodgepodge of Lings and Hydras and Banelings and a single Carrier for some reason. We're trading bases, ladies and gentlemen. Mothership on the way from TSGaming. Okay. I support this. 1 billion%. Look at this Carrier. He's just like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Try and kill roaches all the day. And then, like, 10 Corruptors show up and I die. Nope. Just focus. There you go. You got it. Okay, wiping out this base would be nice. Also, wiping out this base for Fatty would be nice, too. He would be dead in the water if that happened. You know what? I think everybody's kind of dead in the water here. For Team Captain America, anyway. Here comes the onslaught. Fare thee well, top right-hand ninja base. You're not a ninja anymore. I'm trying to get in a position to kill these probes before they can flee. And I think he got it. I think he managed it quite well. Fatty is down to 23 probes. Meanwhile, Ling's going after secret base of TSGaming's here. Somicron has decided that Lings are the way to go. Where'd that mothership end up? You made one. He didn't make one. Did he just lose all of his Protoss? Ah, he just lost all of his Protoss. Did a mothership die? I think he was maybe building it at this Nexus and then it died. That sucks. You guys should have let the mothership finish. That would have been so cool. Meanwhile, all the Somicron stuff is dying. I don't know if we're in full base race territory yet, but nobody has any income. If we look at this, it's not great. I mean, Fatty has this base, which is okay. It's healthy, I guess. And tFiveK has this base, which is gold. And this base, which is almost dead. And that's what we're looking at right now. 2 of the players are done economically. Somicron's at 21 total supply, which doesn't seem like enough. And Fatty's at 57, which definitely doesn't seem like enough. I think maybe Team North... Oh, that's not the best disruptor shot of all time. I'm just going to call it that. Not the best disruptor shot of all time. Sometimes it happens. Disruptors are kind of hit and miss that way. Somehow the disruptors... Oh, never mind. Oh, okay, well, no. Nope. Oh, wait. Was that TSGaming? Were those TSGaming disruptors? Wait, I'm so confused. Hold on. No, those are Fatty's disruptors. Did he kill... Sorry, I'm just really confused about the fate of these disruptors here. Okay, so these are Somicron Hydras. Oh, tFiveK's last roach gets them. Wow. Okay, that was a great move. I was so confused as to what was happening there. If I was red versus blue, that'd be fine. And that's a GG from Fatty. GG from Somicron. And Team North gets revenge. Making it a 1-1 final for our sneaky twofer. Holy crap. What a match. What a match. Yeah, this is getting an epic tag. Just solely for the fact that a probe was stolen and a mothership was attempted. I really, really wish the mothership had finished. I mean, he is making carriers, but I don't think any of them ever showed up. He's got 2 immortals, which is awesome. Where the heck are they? Hey, they're part of the army. Cool. Dude. I wish they'd done a little bit more, but I respect the crap out of the ambition. I really do. That was beautiful. It was so good. What a great, great, stupidly wonderful match there. End of the day, I mean, resources lost here are 48,000 for 5K, 47,000 for Somicron, 39 for Fatty, and 30 for TGaming. I think TGaming just had the best day overall. Only lost 33 of his drones. Everybody else lost like 50, 60. Did a good job keeping those alive. He got the infestors, which was cool, and just a million hydras and some roaches. That was his day, if we're looking at it. And the immortals, too. He did make the immortals and tried to go for the mothership, and unfortunately failed. 5K's lurkers really paid for themselves well. Somicron's early roaches were good, and then going to basically into Link Baneling after that point. He didn't make anything else today. I guess a handful of Hydralisks. Yes, that's fair. 30 hydras is a lot of hydras. Fatty, kind of a little bit of everything. Carriers, Zealots, Archon, Adept, Stalker, Disruptor, Void Ray, Oracle, Phoenix, Sentry, High Templar. Which is very fun. But yeah, great stuff. Really fun 2 matches there. 5K and TGaming get their revenge, and Fatty and Somicron send in a game where they lose. So much respect to those gentlemen for doing so. It was a great match. I would have sent it in as well if I were them, just for how awesome it was. Even if you lose, awesome games are awesome games, guys. If you're going to submit stuff to me, submit me the awesome losses where you are proud of it, you know? And it was a good game, and it was fun in some way. So I think it just came down to income. I want to say Fatty seemed like he was income starved a lot in that game. I don't think he ever got up to max army, which is a problem. The carriers who went for didn't really accomplish much of anything, so that was an issue. Somicron had a lot of income, but kind of gave up on the Roach Hydra stuff. I don't know if he could have gone Mutalisk. There were a ton of Hydras out, but Broodlords could have been interesting. I don't know. It's hard. It's always hard to say. I would have liked to see him get his own Lurkers, too. Just Lurkers and ZVZ are stupid insane. And then TGaming and 5K, I think they just had better income. They kind of took this whole bottom left side. Boop, 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 boop. Took this gold. And sure, lost hatcheries from time to time. Like, absolutely, yes, that happened. But at the end of the day, able to make it happen with what they had, which wasn't a ton. I mean, nobody was maxed out here. TGaming at 156 supply is the most of anybody by far. Good job, him. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. A bonus cast for those of you stuck at home. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.